with us to greetings all of you to start this event. So I pray Professor Zaninelli to give his greeting and brief speech.
Thank you, Michele. On behalf of Politecnico di Milano, I give you the welcome to this summer school. It's an international event. Unfortunately, you are not present directly in person in the campus of Piacenza that in the past hosted this event. But in any case, you will deal with this city, with the architectural topics, urban planning topics about this city, where the Politecnico has a campus. Thank you to the support that the municipality authority, the province authority, the region authority, the foundation of the Bank of Piacenza e Vigevano, the Chamber of Commerce of this town, the Union of Industrial Owners support all these authorities and institutions, support the presence of the Politecnico in this city, and we are very grateful because they give a contribution important to the development of the university courses and also of these events that represent out of the traditional courses the most important event we have in this campus. I hope you can feel satisfied of your study you will do during the next days. I am deeply grateful to Professor Sara Protasoni that coordinated this summer school, all the professor and assistant that worked with her for the good results of this event. I am also very thankful to the Professor Ilaria Valente, that is the Dean of the school, that always take care and importance to this event. I see that she is online, so she also will give her greetings and her welcome to this event. So have a nice work. I'm sure you will have a fruitful performance in your studies. Thank you to this school, and we will meet at the end of this period to see your work that will, I'm sure, will be very interesting. And so have a nice workshop, and thank you to all again, also to you as students that participate in increasing your knowledge in your field. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Zaninelli. Thank you very much for your wishes to us, to all the students. We are looking forward to meeting you maybe at the end of during the workshop to show you some project and design. As you were saying, also our dean, the dean of the School of Architecture, Urban Planning and Construction Engineering of Politecnico di Milano, wanted to be here with us this morning, Professor Ilaria Valente. Ilaria, I'm giving you the floor for your greetings.
Thank you so much, Michele, and hello to everybody. Welcome to this virtual campus, because usually was welcome to Piacenza, but this year we are in another format. I want to thank a lot the municipality of Piacenza and the Ordine of Architects, the Chamber of the Architects of Piacenza. Beppe Baracchi is here. I saw the president of the chamber, and Sara Protasoni, of course, the coordinators, and the professor that joined us for the 3 ateliers, De Molfetta Estrode, Marco Navarra, and Valerio Morabito. And the partner school, Hochschule Osnabrück, ENSA Toulouse. Thank you for this collaboration. This year we have a new format because we had for several years an important summer school at Campus Piacenza that in a certain sense closed its cycle. And Sara Protasone decided to propose a new format for this workshop, for the summer school. And this is the first edition. So we are now in a virtual but very important opening for us. So thank you. Thank you also to Chiara Locardi, Michele Roda, Sara Anna Sapone, Anna Solimando, and Marco Mareggi, Andrea Oldani, and Matteo Poli that help you to define the program. The program is focused on an important topic for the landscape of Piacenza, Po River regained. So we are talking about a very important element of the landscape. And Po River, it's the most important river in Italy. The Po is, I say that because there are a lot of international students, and maybe they don't know that this is the real Italian river, and has a particular relationship with Piacenza. Because Po River crossed Piacenza, and is the element that could build up a new junction, a new situation between the internal city and the landscape. So I think that, as in the tradition of this workshop, we will deal about different scale of design, starting from landscape design to architectural design. I think that this is one of the opportunity that you will have during this workshop. That is mostly starting from this edition, focused on landscape architecture. So, thank you. Welcome to all the students that are now online and that will participate to the 3 ateliers, and to the keynote speakers that will work with us during this period. So we will see. I'll be at the final event, and so I'm very curious to know and to comment the projects that you will define during the workshop. Thank you so much to all.
Thank Ilaria, thank you very much. Also for you, we are looking forward to meeting you in the final presentations and to discuss with you about the projects. As you have said, the presence of Piacenza in terms of a city as a municipality is very strong for all the summer school in the last years, and also for these workshops. So we are in a virtual campus, as you say, we are in a virtual condition, but the city of Piacenza is very present, and it's very present with the topics we are dealing with. So we are presenting together with our director Sara Protasone the issues and topics later. But I want to anticipate that we are working about one of the teams that is strongly involved in the discussion in the city, so the relationship with the Po. And the topic itself comes from some discussion we had with Elena Baio. Elena Baio is the vice mayor of the city of Piacenza, and she's with us this morning. She wants to give also greetings and welcome in the name of all the municipality administration. So Elena, I give you the floor.
Thank you, Michele, and good morning to all. And sorry for my English. As usual, it's a great pleasure that I represent the municipality of Piacenza today for an official greeting to all of you attending this new important initiative organized by the local branch of Politecnico University of Piacenza. Welcome to the first edition of the Landscape of Limits workshop, strongly inviting us, starting from its title, to look behind the traditional border we are used to. What is architecture, if not creativity, applied to technical skills and the ability to imagine the future of a landscape, of a territory, of an area needing regeneration? You have thought us all this yourself, not only through the innovative impulse of research and academic courses, but also thanks to the constant mind-broadening action that Politecnico has enhanced and promoted in the past 10 years in each edition of the International Summer School. This year, we are all conscious of how different things are. The COVID pandemic has forced us to rethink our everyday routine and overturn our perspective, finding new paths for learning and exchanging point of view. For this reason, I would like to thank Professor Dario Zaninelli, Professor Sara Protasoni, who manages and coordinates this important event, and all the staff that worked hard next to or in order to make this workshop possible. Transforming problems in opportunity is necessary now more than ever, but it's certainly not easy to confront ourselves with the challenge of resilience, especially when it implies a revolution for events which need to be adapted to the situation with keeping faith to their principle. The same applies to territory and landscape. Urban regeneration is a strong example of resilience, of the ability that some space show in following social and architectural transformation, adapting to new use and functions. It is particularly meaningful that a symbol of fluidity and natural evolution, such as the River Po, stand as the topic of this new workshop first edition. Of course, the municipality of Piacenza shared the engagement in tightening the bond between the river and the city. It's so close too, hoping that soon it may be considered as a proper public space, easily accessible, provided with all the necessary facility and connected as it should be with the other area. Many important projects await realization and completion, the Vento Sailing Path among them. Also, the Man and Biosphere UNESCO network is giving great impulse to new ideas for a more sustainable future of the river banks. I am sure, however, that as it always happened with the International Summer School, Politecnico and all participants to this new workshop will bring many interesting ideas to our attention, capable of guaranteeing both fascination, feasibility, and usefulness. All these make Po River Reggae not only a title, but an ambition that we aim to fulfill. Eager to discover the result of the brainstorming awaiting you all, which will surely lead you to overcome the physical distance required at present. I thank you all and wish you an intense, rewarding experience.
Thank Elena, thank you very much. The support of the local administrations and institutions is very, very important for us. Also in order to improve this local global relationship. So we are very local in terms of working in Piacenza, in terms of listening and looking at the needs of Piacenza population, but we are trying also to be very global. Later we are seeing also all our 70 students registered. Many of them are from other countries, so it's a very international environment. And the Landscape of Limits workshop wants also to be an occasion to build an international system and links of relationship about the topics of architecture and landscape. For this reason, we have two partner schools, the School of Osnabrück in Germany and the School of Toulouse in France. So they are with us, and I'm giving them the floor later. Juan Carlos Rojas Arias and Dirk Juncker. But now, going back to the local dimension, to the local level, another important support and collaboration is with the Council of Architects of Piacenza, that also by physical point of view, now we cannot see your headquarters within the campus, but we are in the same area, we are in the same campus, we are neighbor of Pavilion, and Giuseppe Baracchi, the president of Architects of Piacenza, is here with us, and I'm giving him the floor.
Thanks, Michele. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Contextually, I bring forth greetings from the Council of Ordine and the 570 architects of the city. A particular thanks goes to all authorities, and in specific to Polimi and the coordinators. Further proof of true cooperation between the Ordine and the Polimi campus Arata. I will never cease to underline that our Ordine is the only one to have its headquarters between premises to the School of Architecture. Welcome, guys. Welcome virtually to Piacenza, the first LOL Landscape of Limits. This is a particular edition, electronic, new, a way to primarily avoid the pandemic while using the virtual means of communication that were already present but never this much used. A different instrument for communication to exchange ideas and proposals, atypical in the world of architecture, where the physical presence and the dialogue is and always was pivotal in the evolution of the project. The virtual frontier that up to a few months ago was still to overcome has been surpassed and integrated in our modus vivendi, showing its true potential and its capabilities in this moment of difficulty. This way of working have started to make full use of the tech we have and has to remain a solid utensil in the toolbox of the new professional figure. You will therefore discover Piacenza in this strange and new clothes. The city will miss your presence in the city, the dialogue and the vitality of the campus, but this will not affect the unicity of this experience throughout your professional growth. Without further ado, I wish you good luck and enjoy the work ahead. Goodbye to everybody, and thanks for your presence in virtual Piacenza. Thanks, Michele, and thanks everybody.
Okay, thank Giuseppe, thank you very much also for your, all the colleagues and architects. Now, in terms of virtuality, we would need a virtual drum roll to introduce our director, Sara Protasoni. I'm giving you the floor. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michele. Don't think that I am the star. The workshop, it's definitely the result of a big teamwork, and I have really to thank all the people who helped us to organize this. So I will also start with some thanks. Of course, the people we have to thank are a lot, and I don't want to be boring. But first of all, I want really to thank a lot the school, the AWIC school already, Professor Zaninelli did it, and Ilaria Valente, because she's always supporting us in our initiatives. And within the school, today she is not with us. I want to thank also Guia Bertelli, because she established the program of Piacenza, and she established the previous summer school, Open City International Summer School, which was the origin of this new edition, virtual edition, where somehow the main questions are more related to landscape than to city, but we have definitely to remember where we started from. And then I want also to thank a lot Piacenza campus, which is something organized by people. So we have Professor Zaninelli with us, but we have also all the colleagues who are teaching in the two programs which are offered within the campus. And also I have to thank a lot the administration staff, because without the help of them, nothing was possible this year more than before. Then, of course, I have to thank the public administration in Piacenza. Elena Baio is representing today this, because they are always having a very interesting and rich exchange with us, suggesting topics for working and asking us, involving us. We have just finished, unfortunately, without success, a European call about the same topic we are now discussing in our workshop. And in general, in Piacenza, we find a lot of entities which are supporting us economically. We have to remember this. The workshop is possible because Poly Piacenza is always, each year, helping us in organizing everything, but also scientifically, because this territory is providing us a lot of topics and occasions for reflecting. The topic, as I said, comes out from this scientific exchange. And of course, I have to thank a lot the people who work with me. We started quite late, it was not easy, and somehow we are also late, so we have a little bit to ask to forgive us because of some things which next year we hope we will be set much better. But all this, it was made possible because of the work, the big work of Michele Rota, Chiara Locardi, Sara Sapone, and also Anna Solimando, who did a big contribution. And was possible also because of the scientific contribution of Marco Mareggi, Andrea Oldani, and Matteo Poli, who are in different ways developing their work about the landscape. As I said, landscape is for us the key word of our initiative. Elena Baio understood the fact that we work about landscape starting from the limits, trying to go beyond the limits, which means that we bring ahead an approach to landscape design that tries to move around and beyond the many different limits that the word landscape evokes and often breaks. This is the main interesting aspect of our work in the field of landscape. So basically in this workshop, we will bring ahead an approach to the project capable of observing phenomena at different scales. Multiscalarity is a big central element of our approach, from the geographical scale to the territory to the close one of architecture. And then an approach able to bring together multiple knowledges between natural sciences, earth sciences, and also human sciences, but also an approach which is able to measure against the process of transformation in adaptive way, dealing also with the question of decision-making, implementation and management aspects in an integrated way. So we will work along a multidimensional and dilated timeline that is including different and natural and anthropic cycles and processes. Somehow in the reflecting about the topic when we set our program, for us the word landscape indicates a place which is other than us, a place that we can investigate and transform in order to live and inhabit it, crossing and continuously changing the boundary between natural and artificial. The River Po environment in this is definitely a very strong example. It's difficult to say what was natural and what was provoked and realized by human transformation. We are now convinced that human beings are transforming the world to inhabit it, and it's quite obvious. But the same, now it's very clear to everyone, but the same thing do other living beings, which are vegetables, plants and animals. And somehow the landscape now, in our view, it's a complex system of collaborations and antagonism based on territoriality, cohabitation, and mutual adaptation. If we think about the River Po environment in this way, of course, the approach of landscape design has to ask some basic questions. Today, the ethical and technical dimension of landscape design has deeply to do with this continuous negotiation with other living beings. This is a very difficult aspect for the work of contemporary landscape architecture. And now it's very clear that protection of biodiversity and control of sustainability of transformations have become priority objectives for political, and in this we have the city with us, but also technical actions. And somehow these two questions, sustainability and landscape, are also in the center of the cultural and teaching program of our Master of Science program in the Piacenza campus. All these questions somehow are developed in a way that has always to think about the fact that the word landscape indicates a place in continuous transformation due to natural phenomena and also intentional transformation design, a place in front of which we ask ourselves to imagine a different possible order, referring to what Thomas Maldonado and Ernst Bloch before him calls Design Hope, the title of a book published in 1970 that should be reread. The project has overcoming the limit between what exists here and now and what the project makes possible, technological and sociological imagination. And somehow we work always, and we have to be conscious about this, between existing and possible. Limits is so the key word that is helping us to deal with landscape. Anyway, we have also to admit that human beings have crossed the lines, the limits, since long time. Somehow the word which is now concentrating the debate, as we know, it's Anthropocene. It's something that we try to discuss also within our school, means that dissipation of resources that we know are finite, food, water, energy, the acceleration of the extinction of large number of species, the increase in greenhouse gas emissions and the climate change. These are all the conditions that are defining in a strong way our relation with the landscape, with the idea that somehow human activity is the direct cause of this phenomena and therefore has strongly influence all the transformation of the environment on a global scale, changing the relationship between nature and society. This dissipation puts at risk, first of all, the traditional subsistence economies in the poorest areas. We have to think always about this. We have also a lot of students who are coming from other parts of the world where they deal directly with the question of the not equal division of sources. But sometimes we understand that this new condition is somehow putting in danger the survival of the planet itself. This is all related to this general discussion about Anthropocene that I don't want to discuss too much now, but should be in the background of our work. Very often, in the relation of this question, somehow the conviction and the idea that design could help is a little bit dismissed. And somehow we renounce to work about what, again, Maldonado called critical awareness of the technical process. We are in front of a crisis and we renounce to design very often, proposing solution where somehow we have just to look at phenomenon and to find a new community with the other human beings. In this seminar, we are convinced that it is important to reaffirm the necessity of the project, and in particular of the landscape project, to respond to some urgencies such as the security of the territories, the sustainability of the transformations that affect them, the protection of biodiversity, the defense of soil and water and air, and the mitigation of climate change. These are all questions that we will discuss in this seminar. Therefore, the workshop addresses the challenge of making the River Po, which was designated by UNESCO in 2019 Po Grande Biosphere Reserve. This is something very important. Somehow the Po could become a vital asset for the quality of life of the inhabitants of Piacenza, able to contribute to increasing their well-being and their sense of belonging. The goal is to enhance the present, past, and future of the cultural landscape of the Po River to counteract the deterioration processes that affect nowadays the banks in Piacenza. Separation from the system of collective places, abandonment due to unsustainability of management and maintenance, social insecurity, degradation of natural system between land and water, and also, of course, hydrogeological fragility. All these questions will be discussed in these few days of very intensive work. It's very evident that in the workshop, we believe strongly in the idea that research and design are strongly connected, and somehow this experience will be really design-driven research. And we believe very much that this intensive experience in designing could be developed within a very wide international network of relation. And I have now to introduce to our guests, which are somehow part of this idea of having a kind of important international interrelation about research and design. They are Dirk Junger and Juan Carlos Rojas Arias. They are part of a cooperation agreement that we have established a few years ago, thanks to the big activity of Chiara Locati, which is part of our group. And somehow they are now going ahead with a new perspective. We did already with them other two international workshops. And so I now finish my introduction and I give the floor first to Dirk Juncker, who is teaching in the Faculty of Agricultural Science and Landscape Architecture in the University of Osnabrück in Germany. And then to Juan Carlos Rojas Arias, who is teaching in Toulouse in a laboratoire of research and architecture. So, Dirk, welcome, of course, and I give now you the floor for a few words of discussion, of presentation.
Okay. Yeah, hello. Maybe it's better to... Okay, fine. Hello, everybody. Thank you for organizing this wonderful possibility to work together in such crazy times. I didn't expect this, actually. We planned a workshop this year, invited Chiara Locardi and all the colleagues from all over the world, but we had to cancel it. And so I'm very happy that we are now able to take part here with you in this large experiment, and I'm very excited to participate. We are here in the lucky situation that our students can work a little bit together here at the university. So you see the group here sitting in the in our one of our classrooms here, this is a very lucky situation here actually in Germany. It gives me also the possibility to act together and give a little bit of workshop feeling here, and I'm very excited to to assist and help out a little bit. Osnabrück, some words about Osnabrück and our university. We are here the largest landscape architecture faculty in Germany, starting with around 160 students on the bachelor level, and then we have 50 students here on the master level, split in the groups of landscape planning, landscape construction, and open space planning. I'm more related to open space planning and urban design. And we are participating since many years in international workshops. And I think it's a wonderful possibility to open the mind of the students and also our own mind. And we had some very nice workshops all together, also with Chiara and other colleagues. We also met Carlos and Juan in Chile. We had some contacts to Argentina, and I think this is always a very, very important possibility to work together, and I hope this will work with your assistance and your organization also, even if there is not the direct contact. That's from my side as a starting point. I'm happy to work with you, and let's start. Thank you.
Now I give the floor to Juan Carlos Rojas Arias for a few words of presentation, also of their contribution. Thanks.
Yes, hello everybody.
Hi, good morning.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay, Juan Carlos, you can go now.
Thank you. So first I would like to thank Professor Sara Protassoni and Professor Chiara Locardi for the invitation to participate as member of Scientific Network to the first edition of virtual workshop Landscape of Limits. I am very honored to participate in this meeting on a very interesting subject and in a particular conditions because of the current health situation. This is a big challenge for all us participants in the workshop, teachers, students, and external stakeholders. I hope this challenge will bring out proposals so singular that the current situation. The collaboration and cooperation between the Politecnico di Milano and the National School of Architecture of Toulouse has been part of continuity of several years, principally for the mobility of students and for the international workshops too. The last one, that of 2018, Extramoenia in Piacenza. And I participate with Dirk Juncker in a workshop in Santiago in Chile. Some quick presentation about the School of Architecture of Toulouse. It's a higher education institution under the supervision of the Ministry of Culture in France. It is also a research institution and a regional player, and brings architectural culture a variety of audience. We had 773 students in this moment, and each one we have 110 students in first year. It's a regional school, and we had a laboratory of research in architecture, the LRA. It's one of the more old laboratory in the School of the School of Architecture in France. We work with some different fields of knowledge: architecture, heritage, theory and service, digital architectures, environmental landscape architecture, transversal approach with art and architectural, and the spatial and social forms. I work with the team of the environmental landscape and architectural, and with reflecting about the different topics. And for this workshop, I want to invite the students to think about 3 elements, maybe for start the reflection, because it's a big challenge to think a territory between the city and the river. But I don't know if it's the moment to talk of these 3 points of view, because I think it's necessary make an approach to the flood, to the river, with a living entity, and think the relationship between the river and the city with a notion of transition. Be attentive to the frugality, have an intention of make the proposals, and think the space have how a local space for the people to live in Piacenza and in the close territory after. So maybe we can exchange in the other moment, and that's all for the moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just few words and then we make a short break. I want just to say that, of course, to organize a virtual workshop was a big question for us, and we had to set somehow the virtual space where everything takes place. And for this, we did the effort. Not I'm personally, I'm too old for this kind of techniques. For these things, we set a site, a website, with a specific structure that will accompany all the activities of the workshop, and also at the end will be the virtual space that everyone could reach in the web. And I ask now Sara Sapone to explain very quickly the structure of the site, so that also the people who are participating to this first discussion, to this first meeting in the morning, could in case follow our activities in the next days. So please, I give the floor to Sara Sapone.
Hi everybody. So I will quickly share my screen so you can see the website we are talking about. So this is the website. Now is online, so every one of you can have a look at it. This is the main page, the home page. So there are here the basic information about how the workshop will be organized, the dates and so on, some information about us that organized it, then some short video about the different ateliers that will coordinate your work. Here is the program, as I was explaining before. So you see day by day what's going to happen, like the working hour and so on. Then there is the topic page, which give you some overall information about our topic that was already explained a bit. So we divide it into main themes like geography, past and present, nature, agriculture, and narration. And then you can click in each topic, and then it will open the page with the text dedicated to that. In the main page, there is also some short video that belong to a previous cycle of conference that we made, Design the Future, that were made by two of the atelier leaders, Valerio Morabito and Federico De Molfetta-Nopstol. In the future, we will upload also some additional videos, so check it from time to time, because maybe you can find something interesting. Then there is the section about the lectures. Here there is a short video about the architects that will present in the next during all the workshop, and here you find some buttons to that directly link you to the team page where you can see that, and then we will open a YouTube channel where you can see the recorded ones that already happened. Here is our news section where we maybe we will update you if something exciting happens, or depends on the day-to-day activities. And then there is the virtual atelier, that is the core and the most exciting part of the website that will grow with the proceeding of the workshop. So each atelier will have their own page that will be tailored to their activities and what they decide to do with their design. And then finally, this is a bit of a play, but we thought how we can create the feeling of being in a classroom without being in one. So we created this small forum where people can get to know each other, ask questions, or interact with one another. So basically that's that. If you have then any problems, any additional information you want to know, we are here, of course, to help you. And that's it for my part. I don't know if Sarah wants to add something still, or...
Okay, Sarah is very clear. Thank you very much. We intend the website as an occasion to work and to bypass maybe distances and difficulties that to have a workshop in such a condition. But the website has to be our shop window, open 7 days per week and for 24 hours per day, and where to share information and everything. So I guess we can now close the first part of this opening. We thank our guests very much. So Professor Dario Zaninelli, Professor Ilaria Valente, Elena Baio, and Giuseppe Baracchi. Thank you for being with us this morning. And we will meet next day, maybe also for you with the website and so on, or in the final presentation on September 11th. Now we can have, so thank you very much. I see Ilaria now and other colleagues. So we can have now a virtual coffee break, and let's meet in, I guess, 15 minutes at 11:15 to start a more operative session, so to discuss about program topics and introduction also of ateliers and all the students. So thank you very much, and to all the guests, and see you in some minutes.